This is Dr. Pat Stevens-Williams from Stephen F. Austin State University, Arthur Temple College of Forestry. And today, on April 1st, we are up here having our students do their capstone course, which means that they are trying to figure out how to put a lot of different pieces together for plans to help, in this case, Diamond Don and his wife to be more accessible to the public, things to do, and basically to become the conservation education center in the area. But this is where we start. We come up and we take a look at the site. We go out and do an ecological inventory, which is what they're doing now. And they basically lay out transect lines and canvass the area and inventory everything's here. Because you can't know what to do until you know what you have. Okay, so once they've done that, too, they will be walking the railroad track and taking lots of pictures. They will be walking some of the trails and looking at those. And they're basically trying to design some ideas for development, not for, like development as you normally think of in homes and things like that, but for development for that access by the public to learn about conservation and particularly wetland areas. And so from what we've seen so far, there's lots of opportunities for that cultural pieces. There's a sawmill here, and the students will take a look at that, and they will determine what are the key factors that they need to do first. They will also determine, about sustainability value and how to sustain the land in a way and shape that it is already taking care of invasives. And most of all, they're going to figure out how do we connect people to the outdoors and to understand the areas. And some of the things that have been asked about is tree IDs, setting up tree ID trails so that people can, know what they're walking past. Also looking at interpretive spots, which would be areas that would either talk about a cultural story there or an ecological story, including, for instance, like the alligator pit or some of the stream management zone areas or wetland areas and just anywhere where there might be something that might explain some of the ecology of either wildlife or plants and trees and things like that, the flora and fauna. This is going to be an ongoing relationship, and so it's a wonderful opportunity to get students, undergraduate students, out in the field, making decisions and, being on the ground and learning about different management techniques and different management possibilities. And then once they're done with this piece, then the next students will walk in to help accomplish some of these things here and help them with an ongoing relationship with the schools in the area, with the families in the area, and the community.
This is Jason Grogan with Stephen F. Austin State University. I'm a research associate in the Arthur Temple College of Forestry and Agriculture. I assist with teaching the Forest Management Plans class. Today we are at Jefferson, Texas with 23 of our students who are doing their capstone management plan project. Much of what the students are doing in the field today may appear to simply be measuring trees, counting trees, but what they're actually doing is more than that. They're collecting data about the site, they're collecting data about the timber, the trees, the invasive species, to inventory what's here. And why is that important to us? Well, their main goal is to create a management plan for the future, to come up with innovative ways to utilize this property, to properly manage this property over time, to get it to more of a natural state and preserve the ecological integrity of the property. So in order to make a plan, you first have to have a inventory or an idea of what's there. So they'll process their information, be able to produce a very detailed map, produce what we call a geographic information system, basically a smart map of the property, to be able to outline, the resources that are here, what can be done with the current resources, quantify the number and extent of invasive species that need to be controlled, quantify hydrologic resources, cultural resources. All these things can be combined into information to be able to plan for the future.